Greetings to you, Crocodile Army. I hope you're all feeling healthy today. This video will be published the day after I turn 41 years old, which may surprise some of you. I'm definitely not a health fanatic. However, I do take care of my health through regular moderate exercise, awareness of what I eat over the long term, checking the scale once a week or so, and a yearly physical from my doctor. I've helped others over the years with weight issues, and it's gratifying to be able to do that for those I care about. It's hard to talk about the topic of weight without offending people, but I'm going to give it a shot. The basic rule for how to do this is realize that what people weigh is ultimately their business and completely up to them. Don't bully people or shame or insult or whatever you want to call it on the basis of weight, ever. Nothing I say for the rest of this video should be interpreted to supersede that guideline. Some people think it's okay to make fun of the overweight because they see it as a personal failing. It is, of course, them making the choices resulting in their level of fitness, except in a fairly small percentage of cases, where there's a medical issue causing it. However, as with so many other unhealthy things people do, there's very often an element of addiction to it, and so it can be both mental and physical. To some, it's an addiction every bit as powerful as nicotine, if not more. To others, it's just a coping mechanism designed to reduce stress, and are already aware that it's not a healthy way to handle it. Today's society has developed a great many heavily processed foods that keep us full of empty calories for cheap if we want to. A lot of us are on various medications that cause significant weight gain, like antidepressants. These are not things that are meant to be lifelong staples, but they are for many today. I did a video that mentioned credit cards recently, and some people disliked that I was encouraging their use in a way that would help you, simply because they can be abused to your detriment. In this case, I'm not even recommending you eat or never eat any particular thing. Pizza, Twinkies, and McRibs can be abused too. There are always those who say we should not talk about weight at all. I reject that premise because being silent does nobody any favors, and because sacred cows don't exist, and because it's called a public health issue for a reason. It's not because the medical profession just wants people to be more sexually appealing. It's because the heart disease, stroke, joint problems, and cancer risks are higher for those who are overweight, and much higher for those who are obese, which is now 28% of America and rising. The greater percentage of people who are sick, the more pressure any healthcare system will be under, and thus it is a public health issue. I've seen people say things I would consider medical relativism, like being obese can be perfectly healthy as long as you, and then fill in the blank with something easy to accomplish or another health risk factor you can mitigate. There's also the objection that says we're going to cause anorexia or bulimia by talking about weight. We have to have all discussions about health in a complete and honest way, and that does include all types of eating disorders. You can't really go cold turkey on food like you can with other substances. There's a lot made of how the media treats body image. It's true that advertisers don't care about how much Photoshop they use on their pictures. They're trying to get you to buy their fad diet, clothing, or cosmetics. If everyone's beautiful already, then nobody needs to buy the products they're selling. The only way to inoculate yourself from these tactics is to understand that's what advertising is. You can push advertisers to change if you want, or more fruitfully, you can educate the people in your life, especially children, that this is the way the advertising game is. And what you see on the page or the screen is rarely quite what the reality is. If you want to help someone, it's best done with someone you know fairly well, and by broaching the subject in a casual way. Offer support or assistance and talk for as long as it's comfortable, but if they decline, you can tell them the offer stands, but then drop it. Since I care about everyone in the Crocodile Army, but don't know most of you very well, I'll just throw an offer to help up in the air. Take it if you want it, and message me, keeping in mind that I'm not a doctor, and I can only make one promise with any certainty. I'll be a lot more helpful to you than any deity will be.